Have you ever seen a friend or neighbor in their 70s pushing themselves through a long jog or climbing stairs with the belief that exercise keeps you young? Many of us admire that dedication, but what if I told you that the very movements people rely on for health could sometimes place their lives at risk? Think about it. After 60, our bodies undergo changes that no amount of willpower can undo. The heart pumps less efficiently, blood vessels stiffen, cartilage thins, and reflexes slow down. Yet many still follow routines designed for people half their age. In my decades of working in orthopedics and rehabilitation, I've witnessed far too many cases where healthy exercise ended in hospitalization, permanent disability, or worse. Imagine an older gentleman who had hiked for 20 years only to collapse from a sudden heart attack on a routine climb. His family was left asking how could this happen when he was exercising so well. Sadly, this is not a rare story. It's one that repeats across hospitals in the United States and Canada more often than we'd like to admit. That's why today, we need to look closely at the truth. Not every workout is safe after 60 or 70. Some popular activities can quietly turn from medicine into poison. And here's the good news. There are safer, smarter ways to stay strong, flexible, and independent well into later life. So let me ask you, which exercises do you still practice regularly, and do you believe they're truly safe for your age? Follow this channel, and together we'll uncover the answers that could make all the difference in your health and longevity. To truly understand why certain exercises become dangerous after 60 or 70, we first need to recognize the medical background behind aging. As the years pass, the heart no longer pumps with the same force. It may deliver only 60% of the blood flow it once did. At the same time, blood vessels lose elasticity, narrowing like clogged country roads instead of open highways, which means higher risks of clots and strokes. In addition, cartilage in the knees and hips wears thin bones, lose density, and muscles shrink at a faster rate, leaving the body less stable and more fragile. Even reflexes and balance, which once helped us recover from a stumble, slow down dramatically. Taken together, these changes form a new biological reality. Therefore, when older adults continue exercising as if they were still in their 40s, they unknowingly push their bodies beyond safe limits, and that is where the danger begins. Now that we understand the biological background of aging, let us look at the first group of exercises that seem harmless but can be extremely risky after 60 or 70 jogging and running. For decades, jogging has been promoted as the ultimate aerobic workout. We see it in parks, on television, and in countless health magazines, older adults lacing up their sneakers and heading out for a long run, convinced that this habit will protect their heart and extend their life. However, when examined through the lens of medical reality, jogging is not as safe as it appears. To begin with, running places extraordinary demands on the cardiovascular system. A younger heart can tolerate rapid increases in heartbeat pumping 5 liters of blood per minute without strain. But in seniors, the maximum pumping capacity drops significantly. When jogging, the body often requires the heart to beat close to the level it did in youth, sometimes over 150 beats per minute. For someone in their 70s, this is extremely dangerous because the coronary arteries are often narrowed by plaque and stiffened by age. As a result, blood supply to the heart muscle may suddenly fall short, and a clot can easily form at the site of a rupture. This is exactly how many cases of sudden cardiac arrest occur in older joggers. Furthermore, the body responds to running with a rush of adrenaline, a hormone that temporarily masks pain and fatigue. In younger adults, this creates a sense of vitality and endurance, but in older adults, adrenaline can be deceptive. Even when the heart is struggling with oxygen deprivation, the runner may not feel warning signals such as chest tightness or dizziness. By the time symptoms appear, it may already be too late to prevent catastrophe. This explains why many seniors collapse during or immediately after jogging, despite believing they were in good health. In addition to the cardiovascular strain, jogging also stresses the musculoskeletal system. Each step delivers an impact force several times the body's weight directly onto the knees, hips, and spine. While a young athlete's joints can absorb this shock, an older adult's cartilage is often thinned to 1/3 of its youthful thickness. Repeated pounding accelerates wear and tear, leading to arthritis, inflammation, and even fractures if a stumble occurs. Once the cartilage is gone, there is no way to restore it, and joint replacement surgery may become the only solution. So, if jogging is so hazardous, what alternatives exist? The answer is walking. At first glance, walking might appear too simple or not intense enough, but medically it provides most of the cardiovascular benefits without the same level of risk. By walking at a moderate pace, about 80 to 100 steps per minute for 30 minutes a day, seniors can improve circulation, lower blood pressure, and strengthen muscles while keeping their heart rate within a safe range. Unlike jogging, walking does not create sudden spikes in adrenaline or blood pressure, nor does it subject the joints to damaging impact forces. It is sustainable, safe, and highly effective for long-term health. Moreover, walking can be adapted to fit different lifestyles. In a park, it offers fresh air and social interaction. Indoors, it can be done in a community center or even within the home by walking laps around the living room. Walking is also an exercise that encourages consistency. There is no need for special equipment, expensive memberships, or complicated routine. All it requires is a pair of comfortable shoes and a willingness to move steadily every day. In conclusion, while jogging has long been regarded as a gold standard for fitness, it is no longer appropriate once the body has passed the age of 60 or 70. The risks to the heart joints and overall safety far outweigh the potential benefit. By choosing walking instead, seniors can continue to stay active, protect their cardiovascular health, and avoid the tragic outcomes that too often accompany high-intensity exercise in later life. Walking may not look heroic, but it is precisely this gentler pace that makes it the wisest choice for a healthier and safer future. After understanding why jogging becomes dangerous in later life, let us move on to another common activity that carries equally serious risks for seniors: mountain climbing and stair climbing. At first glance, both may seem like excellent ways to strengthen the legs, build stamina, and keep the body fit. Many older adults even believe that challenging the hills or using stairs instead of elevators is proof of discipline and resilience. However, from a medical standpoint, these activities place overwhelming stress on the body once you reach your 60s or 70s. To start with, consider the knees. The knee joint is one of the most complex and hardworking joints in the body, designed to support the weight of every step. By the age of 70, the cartilage in the knees is often reduced to 1/3 of its youthful thickness. This thin layer is no longer capable of absorbing strong shocks. When climbing uphill, the knees must push harder to lift the body's weight against gravity, and when descending, the impact is even greater. Sometimes 7 to 8 times the person's body weight lands on each step. For already fragile cartilage, this is devastating. That is why so many older hikers develop sudden joint pain or even ruptures after what seems like a routine climb. But the risks do not end with the joints. The higher the altitude, the thinner the oxygen. For younger lungs and hearts, this adjustment may not be noticeable. For seniors, however, reduced lung capacity and stiffened blood vessels mean the body struggles to cope with oxygen scarcity. This can trigger shortness of breath, dizziness, or in the worst cases, a stroke or heart attack. Emergency rooms across North America have witnessed countless cases where a simple hiking trip turned into a life-threatening event for older adults. Now, here's an important pause for you, the viewer. If you or someone you know still enjoys climbing stairs or hiking mountains regularly, do you think they are truly safe? Leave a comment below with your experience, because sharing your story may help others avoid the same risks. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the safer alternatives I'm about to reveal. So what is the safe alternative? Instead of forcing the knees and heart into extreme conditions, seniors can switch to chair exercises. Sitting firmly on a chair, one can raise and lower the legs, extend them forward, or gently rotate the ankles. These movements target the same muscle groups as stair climbing, but without the dangerous impact or the risk of falling. Even better, they can be performed indoors regardless of weather, making them easy to incorporate into a daily routine. Another option is low-impact resistance training, such as using elastic bands while seated. This method strengthens leg muscles and improves circulation while keeping stress on the joints minimal. Unlike stairs, resistance bands allow you to control the exact level of difficulty, adjusting it to match your condition. And here's another interactive moment. Which would you rather try, pushing through several flights of stairs with weak knees, or sitting comfortably in your chair while still building strength safely? If your answer is the second, hit the like button right now, because that single change of habit could protect your independence for years to come. We must also address the hidden danger of stair climbing at home. Many seniors believe that climbing stairs in an apartment building is a safe substitute for outdoor exercise. Unfortunately, the risk of falling multiplies in this setting. Weak legs, dizziness, or even a slight loss of balance can send someone tumbling down several flights. Such accidents often result in fractures, head injuries, or worse. Compared with walking or chair exercises, stair climbing is simply not worth the gamble. In summary, both mountain climbing and stair climbing present serious dangers to seniors due to weakened joints, reduced oxygen capacity, and slower reflexes. Yet with smart substitutions, chair-based exercises, resistance bands, and controlled indoor routines, older adults can still gain the same benefits without gambling with their health. Remember, exercise should be a source of strength, not a trigger for tragedy. Stay with me as we move to the next category of risky workouts, because the truth may surprise you even more. Having seen the dangers of mountain and stair climbing, let us now turn to another form of activity that many seniors find appealing: intense aerobics and fast-paced dancing. Across community centers, gyms, and even living rooms, group exercise classes are often filled with music, rhythm, and energy. To many, these sessions represent fun social connection and the promise of staying young. Yet beneath the cheerful atmosphere lies a hidden risk that cannot be ignored once you pass the age of 60 or 70. Why is this so? The key lies in how the body responds to rapid, repetitive movements. During intense aerobics, your heart rate can soar within minutes. While younger people may handle 160 or even 180 beats per minute, for seniors, the safe threshold is far lower, around 120 to 130 beats. Crossing beyond that line places tremendous strain on already stiffened blood vessels and weakened heart muscles. Add to this the fact that many older adults live with silent conditions like hypertension or narrowed arteries, and you can see why a fast-paced class can turn into a medical emergency. Another factor is blood pressure. Certain aerobic moves, jumps, squats, or quick turns can cause blood pressure to spike sharply, sometimes rising above 200 mmHg in just seconds. For fragile arteries, such spikes are like sudden explosions. They can rupture small vessels in the brain, leading to hemorrhagic stroke, or overload the heart, leading to infarction. The tragedy here is that the person often feels exhilarated while exercising, unaware that their body is under dangerous stress. Now, think about this. Have you ever seen seniors in your community pushing through a fast-moving dance routine, smiling through the music but breathing heavily and turning red in the face? If you have, you already know how risky it looks. Comment below with your observation. Have you ever worried about someone overdoing it in a class? And don't forget to subscribe if you want to learn safer ways to keep moving without risking your life. But it's not just the cardiovascular system at risk. Quick footwork and sudden turns demand fast reflexes and precise balance. Yet, as we discussed earlier, reflexes slow down significantly with age. The reaction time doubles, meaning that when faced with a sudden misstep, the body cannot correct itself as quickly. A stumble during a jump or a twist during a spin can easily lead to falls, fractures, or torn ligaments. Once again, what appears harmless on the surface carries life-changing consequences. So what should seniors do instead? The answer is not to give up movement, but to modify it wisely. One excellent option is bed stretching. By lying in bed and slowly moving arms, legs, and torso, seniors can increase flexibility, improve circulation, and strengthen muscles without subjecting themselves to the risk of falling or cardiovascular overload. For those who prefer variety, gentle dance at a slower pace without jumps or sharp turns can still bring joy and social connection, provided it is carefully monitored. Another highly recommended alternative is Tai Chi or Qigong, which blend movement with mindfulness. These practices emphasize slow, controlled motions that enhance balance, coordination, and inner calm. Unlike aerobics, they lower rather than raise blood pressure, making them ideal for seniors who want the benefits of activity without the danger. Here's a quick challenge for you. The next time you feel the urge to join a fast-paced dance class, ask yourself, do you want the temporary thrill or the long-term safety of being able to walk, move, and live independently? If your answer is long-term safety, hit the like button right now. Your choice today could save you from a serious hospital visit tomorrow. In closing, intense aerobics and fast dancing may look vibrant and exciting, but after 60 or 70, they often carry more risk than reward. By replacing them with safer options, stretching in bed, practicing Tai Chi, or choosing gentler rhythms, you not only protect your health, but also ensure that exercise remains a source of joy rather than a cause of harm. And remember, the goal of movement in later life is not to keep up with the young, but to honor and protect the body you have now. Stay with me, because in the next section we'll uncover yet another popular practice, heavy weight training, that may seem beneficial, but hides dangers most people never imagine. Dramatically, especially after 60 or 70. Why is that? The answer lies in how muscles and connective tissues change with age. By the 7th decade of life, muscle fibers lose elasticity and become more fragile. Tendons and ligaments stiffen, making them more prone to tearing under sudden strain. When a senior lifts a heavy barbell or attempts pull-ups with body weight, the pressure can cause small fibers to snap. What begins as a sharp pain in the shoulder or back can quickly turn into an injury requiring weeks or even surgery for recovery. Beyond muscles, there is also the hidden danger of blood pressure spikes. Many people instinctively hold their breath while lifting a technique known as the Valsalva maneuver. This causes pressure inside the chest to rise suddenly, and blood pressure can shoot from 120 mmHg to over 300 mmHg in seconds. For aging arteries already hardened by plaque, that spike can be catastrophic, triggering a stroke, heart attack, or even aortic rupture. Sadly, hospitals frequently see such emergencies linked directly to weight training in older adults. So what is the safer path? Instead of lifting heavy dumbbells or barbells, seniors can focus on light resistance and bodyweight exercises. For example, while sitting in a chair, raising arms slowly or extending legs forward provides enough load to build strength safely. Elastic resistance bands or even small water bottles can replace heavy equipment, allowing for gradual controlled movements without overwhelming the body. Here's a quick question for you. Would you rather risk your heart and joints by lifting a weight you can barely control, or build steady strength with movements that keep you safe and independent? Drop your answer in the comments below, and if you want more practical tips, make sure you follow the channel so you won't miss the next safe alternatives. In short, while strength training remains important, heavy weight training is not the right answer for seniors. By choosing lighter controlled exercises, older adults can preserve muscle mass, improve balance, and reduce the risk of injury, all without gambling with their health. Remember, true strength at this stage of life comes from wisdom, knowing how to protect your body while keeping it active. After discussing the risks of heavy weight training, we now turn to another favorite pastime ball sports, such as tennis, badminton, or pickleball. Many older adults grew up playing these games, and after retirement, they long to relive the joy of competition and movement. On the surface, ball sports seem perfect. They combine aerobic activity, agility, and social interaction. Yet for seniors, the sudden bursts of movement they require can be unexpectedly dangerous. First, let us consider the mechanics. Ball sports demand quick starts, abrupt stops, and rapid changes of direction. These explosive actions put intense pressure on the knees, ankles, and shoulders. For someone in their 20s, the body can adapt easily. But in later life, weakened muscles, thinning cartilage, and slower reflexes mean that one misstep can result in a torn ligament, ruptured Achilles tendon, or shoulder injury. These are not minor sprains, they are often severe injuries that require surgery and long rehabilitation. Second, the reflexes needed in ball sports decline with age. The time between spotting the ball, sending the signal to the brain, and commanding the body to move nearly doubles compared to youth. This delay makes falls more likely, especially when stretching to reach a fast shot. A single fall on the court can lead to fractures of the hip or wrist injuries that drastically reduce independence. At this point, let me ask you, do you or someone you know still play tennis or badminton after 60? If so, share your experience in the comments. Did it feel invigorating? Or did you notice the risks more than the rewards? And don't forget to subscribe, because what comes next may completely change how you view safe exercise in later life. Fortunately, there are alternatives that provide similar benefits without the hazards. Chair-based arm and shoulder rotations, for example, can mimic the muscle engagement of swinging a racket while avoiding the sudden high-impact demands of the sport. Gentle yoga for shoulders and wrists also builds flexibility and strength without exposing joints to abrupt strain. For those who miss the social element, group walking or Tai Chi in the park can deliver both connection and cardiovascular benefit. In summary, while ball sports may stir fond memories, they can be treacherous after 60 or 70. The risks of torn tendons, broken bones, and long hospital stays outweigh the enjoyment of the game. By choosing safer, controlled exercises, seniors can still strengthen the same muscle groups and enjoy companionship without gambling with their health. Having looked at ball sports, let us now consider another activity that is often praised as the best for seniors: swimming and water aerobics. At first, this advice seems logical. The buoyancy of water reduces joint stress, making movements easier and less painful. Many doctors even recommend it casually, believing it to be universally safe. Yet, once we examine the medical realities of aging, we see that swimming carries hidden dangers for those over 60 or 70. The first concern is temperature regulation. As we age, the body loses much of its ability to maintain a stable internal temperature. In a cold pool, seniors may experience a rapid drop in body heat, triggering blood vessel constriction. This sudden reaction can overwhelm the heart, leading to arrhythmias, stroke, or even cardiac arrest. For someone with existing cardiovascular issues, the risk multiplies. The second concern is breathing under pressure. Water places additional weight on the chest, forcing the heart and lungs to work harder. Older adults with weaker lung capacity may struggle to coordinate breathing, especially during water aerobics, where rhythm and movement compete for attention. One small slip water entering the airway can quickly escalate into a dangerous emergency. So what is the alternative? Gentle bed stretching routines can recreate many of the muscle benefits of swimming without the risks. By lying down and extending arms and legs as if flying like Superman, seniors can strengthen coordination and circulation safely. Chair yoga or slow breathing exercises also provide similar benefits without temperature or drowning hazards. Here's a quick reflection. Would you rather risk a medical emergency in the pool or enjoy safe, controlled movements at home that protect your health? If you choose safety, tap the like button now and stay with me, because in the next section, we will explore the exercises that truly help seniors thrive. Now that we have examined the 6 most dangerous activities after 60 or 70, it is time to focus on what truly works, safe and effective exercises designed for the aging body. The goal is not to stop moving, but to move wisely, choosing routines that strengthen the heart, protect the joints, and improve balance without exposing you to unnecessary risks. The first recommendation is walking. Simple yet powerful, walking at a steady pace of 80 to 100 steps per minute for about 20-30 minutes a day delivers most of the cardiovascular benefits of jogging without straining the heart. Unlike running, it is gentle on the joints and easy to adapt to different environments, whether in a park, a shopping mall, or even your living room. Next are chair exercises, which allow you to build strength safely while seated. From lifting your arms slowly to extending your legs forward, these movements target the same muscles as climbing stairs or lifting weights, but without the dangers of falling or overexertion. Finally, bed stretching provides a safe way to maintain flexibility and circulation, especially in the morning or before sleep. Which of these safe exercises appeals most to you? Comment below and subscribe to stay with me. We're about to explore each method in detail. Let us begin with the foundation of safe movement, walking. Although it may appear ordinary, walking becomes powerful when practiced with the right method. To ensure maximum benefit and safety, follow these 7 essential steps. First, always prepare for 3 minutes before starting. Sit in a chair and rotate your ankles, wrists, and shoulders gently. This signals to your body that it's time to move. Second, check your posture. Keep your chest lifted, chin slightly tucked, and imagine a string pulling you upward. Third, control your pace. Aiming for about 20-25 steps every 15 seconds translates to 8,100 steps per minute, the sweet spot for seniors. Fourth, focus on time, not distance. Begin with 10 minutes daily and gradually extend to 30 minutes. Fifth, synchronize your breathing. Inhale through the nose for 2 steps, exhale through the mouth for the next 2, keeping rhythm steady. 6 set checkpoints, pause every 10 minutes, measure your pulse, and ensure it stays under 110 beats per minute. Finally, 7th, always cool down, slow your pace, march gently in place, then sit and take 5 deep breaths. Which step do you think will challenge you most? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can learn the next safe routines, chair exercises that build strength without risk. After mastering safe walking, the next step is to strengthen your body through chair exercises. These movements are simple, low risk, and can be done anywhere with a sturdy chair. Let's go through the 5 basic moves. First, arm raises. Sit upright, lift your arms slowly from your sides until they reach your ears, then lower them gently. Repeat 10 times to build shoulder strength. Second, leg extensions. While seated, extend one leg forward with toes pointed up. Hold for 5 seconds, then lower and switch sides. This strengthens the thighs and knees. Third, shoulder rotations. Place your hands on your shoulders and move your elbows in circles. 5 forward and 5 backward to release stiffness. Fourth, ankle flex and rotate. Lift your feet slightly, point your toes up and down, then circle the ankles clockwise and counterclockwise. This helps prevent sprains and improve circulation. Fifth, waist twists. Cross your arms over your chest, turn your torso slowly to the right, hold for 3 seconds, return to center, and repeat on the left. This activates the core muscles and improves balance. Which of these 5 moves do you feel most comfortable trying today? Let me know in the comments and stay tuned. Next, we'll explore bed stretching, a safe way to maintain flexibility and circulation even before getting out of bed. Alongside walking and chair exercises, another highly effective routine for seniors is bed stretching. This practice is especially useful in the morning before rising or in the evening before sleep. It allows you to improve circulation, ease stiffness, and maintain flexibility without the risk of falling. Start by lying comfortably on your back. Extend your arms overhead and stretch your legs outward as if reaching in opposite directions. Hold for a few seconds, then relax. This lengthens the spine and opens the chest. Next, bend your knees gently toward your chest, hugging them with your arms to loosen the lower back. Slowly extend them again. You can also perform a gentle Superman stretch. Lying flat, lift one arm and the opposite leg slightly off the bed, hold for 3 seconds, and switch sides. This engages the core and improves coordination. Finally, practice gentle side-to-side rolls, keeping your movements controlled, which stimulates blood flow and relaxes the hips. These stretches may look simple, but when practiced daily, they bring remarkable improvements in mobility and comfort. Which of these stretches would you try? First morning full body reach or the relaxing knee to chest? Share below and remember to subscribe so you don't miss the final part, the warning signs that tell you when to stop. Exercising immediately.